Hello, friends, foes, and feathered felines.
That alliteration got away from you that time, huh?
Quiet, you're not in this video. Today I had an idea, a Lego idea, if you will. That's the extent of the reference that I had. Lego today came out with the results of their next round of Lego Ideas results. And if you're unfamiliar with the Lego Ideas program, that is where fans can submit their own Lego creations, and those creations, once voted upon by you or me, those fan creations can be turned into actual Lego sets. However, the process is, how you say, flawed to a degree. It's a weird system. A lot of ideas that people like aren't actually approved. A lot of ideas are able to be submitted that have no chance of ever being approved. Oftentimes Lego has ideas just that they're creating on their own, and then they still let people submit ideas that are basically the same as an idea that they already have going on. We've said ideas too many times, the word is starting to lose meaning, but I personally am a fan of the Lego Ideas, the program as a whole. I think it has a lot of potential. I think it gives people the chance to, see a set that they create become an actual Lego set. They make really cool stuff. I love just browsing new creations that people have submitted to the Lego Ideas program, and I look at them and I'm like, this is never ever going to become an actual Lego set. But where else can 6,000 of your fellow Lego fans vote to say we want an official Lego toilet set, including a toilet brush and a plunger with that? The Lego Ideas program is a lot of fun. It has a lot of cool stuff on here. Go ahead and browse it. Support some programs that you think are cool. I can point you to some that I personally like, but that may be a different video. But like I said, the results for, the third round of the 2020 Lego Ideas, Lego's third 2020 review results are in. There were 25 projects that qualified in this round. Here they are in a small blurry image, but other people are making videos about the results and what they think about them. And I was like, I want an excuse to look at this big bunch of new sets because I haven't looked that closely at them. So that's what we're going to do today. For those who are curious, one set got approved out of these 25, and it was a lighthouse, a motorized lighthouse, much to the joy of my mother, who loves lighthouses, always has. We grew up in Florida. Just in our bathroom and around our house, there were always pictures and little statues of lighthouses. There were also just jars of seashells just also in the bathroom. It was always a beach-themed bathroom, and at least one poem on the wall that either talked about serenity or some footprints. But that was my mother's sense of style. But she would love this Lego set because it is depicting a lighthouse, a motorized lighthouse. I personally think this set looks nice, but you can be the judge of whether or not you would think this set would be worth picking up as an official Lego set, because like it or not, it's going to be an official Lego set, as this is like the 7th project that Lego has in the works for the Lego Ideas program. There are 6 others. We'll look at those very briefly, but I want to look at the 25 projects total that were submitted in this round of potential projects, and I'll give some of my opinions on them because honestly I haven't looked that closely at them, so we can do that together. Won't that be fun? I'm on Brickset because they make it easy to scroll through these projects one by one. I'll post a link to the article that I'm looking at right here in the description down below. We'll go through these. I'll give some of my opinions on the individual sets and maybe some of my opinions on the Ideas program as a whole. Number 1, it is the Boeing 737 passenger plane. Was that the one that had a bunch of problems back in the day? People really want airplanes, more Lego airplanes. There's been a lot of them, and there will be a lot of them, but you're not getting one this round, folks. Too bad. Also, all of the projects that we're looking at besides the Lighthouse, these were all not approved. They can be resubmitted, I believe, in the Lego Ideas program, but at least in this round, they were not approved. Number 2, a Coliseum. Wouldn't that have been cool to see, like a big, cool, fully decked out version of the Coliseum? Lego could even make it as like the largest Lego set to date, at least by piece count, and then quickly surpass themselves by making a world map or something else. Silly, I'm making a reference to the fact that there is literally a Lego Coliseum set already in production. Currently, you can buy it in stores right now. It's a very large set. I don't have it. It's too big. But that's one of the flaws with the Lego Ideas system, is that people can submit ideas, and who knows if this idea was submitted before or after Lego already had a Coliseum in the works, and yet they still allowed it to come through. It's a whole thing. Here is The next one, Gravity Falls Mystery Shack. This is kind of the next flaw with Lego Idea System, is that they kind of do and mostly don't allow IPs or ideas based on IPs to be submitted through the system. So like you can't submit an ideas set based on Star Wars or Marvel or something, but like a bunch of other IPs are, I guess, allowed because they get to these stages all the time. So like the Mystery Shack was able to be created, which is from a show called Gravity Falls, which I think, I don't know, it's a Nickelodeon show or something. I am too old for that kind of thing. But like it's a fine looking set. It's a great looking set, but there's a problem with IPs, and that's that obviously these big IPs, TV shows, movies, whatever, they're popular, and so when you make a Lego set based on them, they are automatically a little more popular. It's kind of, I don't know, it's a little easier of a way to get into the Lego Ideas program, but because Lego would have to like jump through hoops to actually get the actual set approved, because they would need to own the rights to the IP, or like the rights to make toys or sets based on the IP, it's a whole nother process. That's another weird, flawed part, in my opinion, of the whole Ideas line. But like I said, the set itself, it looks fine, but it's a shack. It's from a show. People like the show, so they like the set. The police station looks fine, but Lego, again, already made a police station modular set. Also, modular buildings that are like this scale that fit into like Lego City, like street scene, they're all like the right scale and they're called modular buildings. They never get approved in Lego Ideas because Lego already has a dozen modular buildings in their own production pipeline, at least we can assume. And so it's another flawed system in the thing. Here is Bag End, which I think looks really cool. It's from Lord of the Rings. It's set on top of like a book environment, and again, you're asking Lego to revive the Lego Lord of the Rings line, and like everyone's asking for it. Lego will probably do it at some point down the line, but again, you're fighting with IPs here, and so even if the people ask for it, Lego says nope. This one is the Red Dwarf Starbug Lego Idea. I assume that's also from an IP. I don't know that IP, but enough people do that they approved it. They got 10,000 votes, and yet Lego said, nope. Avatar: The Last Airbender, another hugely popular franchise, and yet Lego again said, nope. Classic Castle. That's just like what everyone's asking for, right? Everyone wants Lego castles, and Lego is literally making a Lego Creator 3-in-1 castle. It's available in Europe at the time of making this video. It will be available in America at, August 1st in America, but everyone likes castle themed sets make it through Lego Ideas rounds all the time, and then Lego goes, no, we'll make our own. Like, we're not stealing your idea because it's just a loose castle theme, and yet everyone wants them, everyone will buy them, but they're not given 1% of the set's revenue to a fan. That's also another part of the Lego Ideas program. I think you get 1% of the sale of every one of your set that gets sold, so that's a pretty big incentive to make a Lego Ideas set. However, like I said, Lego says no more often than they say yes. This one's weird. Open MRI. It's literally in MRI, which I guess there are, I don't know, a lot of doctors and stuff that like Lego Ideas. I don't understand how this one made it through Lego Ideas, but I don't think I am the target audience for this one by a long shot. Then we have the motorized Lighthouse, of course, which is the set that made it through, which, again, this one, let's think about why it made it through. There's no IP associated with this set. It has some manner of mechanics that can be integrated into it because it's a rotating lighthouse. There's a light element that can be put in there. So Lego has some things that they would like to be able to be creative with and do and integrate into a set. And those sound like really cool features, even if it's not the greatest looking lighthouse to ever be created. And even if, like, in the next round of Lego Ideas, there's literally another motorized lighthouse that got approved in the 10,000 rule. I'm spoiling a shot for later in the video, but like, people like lighthouses, including my own mother, so good for that guy. I sound sarcastic. Seriously, good for that guy. It's very cool. It's every fan's dream to make an official Lego set, so that would be cool. Will I buy it? Probably not, but plenty of people I believe will. Then, of course, James Cameron's Avatar: The Illuminated World of Pandora. I think this set looks very neat. It's very colorful if we look at it. Honestly, if there was one of these sets that I wish would have become an official set, it's this one. Partially just because of like the beautiful array of colors that are used in making the actual set. So this thing could just become like a mock builder's parts pack dream, but like the set itself looks super cool. Granted, I'm sure in a lot of these renders they use like some illumination effects because you couldn't really get that bioluminescent effects in an actual Lego set. But like this one, you could say it would be difficult to get from an IP standpoint, but like James Cameron and the Avatar franchise has lent out their IP to other places like Disney, who Lego already has a partnership with. But like there's a whole Avatar land in Disney's Animal Kingdom at Walt Disney World in Florida. And so you know it could be possible to get that IP for use in other places. And like Lego, the Lego connection would make it a little easier. It would have been cool to see this. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if we did see an Avatar set sometime down the line. And who wouldn't like a minifigure of Jake Sully? Next up is a set from Spirited Away, which is again a very popular IP. And again, Lego is not approving sets from popular IPs like this. I think there's even more from the same studio. There's like an idea set based on Cat Bus or based on the Totoro movies. But like I said, people love things from this studio, and I don't blame them. I've never seen them myself, but like people like it, and so ideas get approved by it, and then Lego says, nope, that's not for you. What is it? What's the studio? Studio Ghibli or Studio Ghibli? I never know how to pronounce that. But luckily in YouTube, people will definitely correct me in the comments down below. I just wish they'd tell me the correct way to pronounce the word GIF. Next is Jumanji of 1995, which looks fine. It's a cool looking house. I just wish that it wasn't broken right down the middle. We've got Little Venice, which is cool looking, I guess. I don't think it's quite modular scale. I think it looks beautiful. I think if I had to describe it in one way, I'd say it's molto bene. Is that Italian? I'm not sure. It's probably offensive to someone, which is what's important. We've got an Auto Union Type C race car. A lot of these like interesting, weird, eccentric cars have made it through lots of rounds of Lego ideas. And again, Lego goes, no, I don't want to have to talk to whoever makes the Auto Union Type C race car and ask them if I can make a Lego set based on their vehicle. They did make that Caterham, whatever that vehicle was from a few years ago. That one got approved and I guess people bought it. I didn't buy it, but I mean, they made that one. So I don't know if they'll make more of those. Then there's the automated garbage truck. I was confused by this one because this set got very popular because JK Brickworks, who is a very popular YouTuber, he makes all kinds of beautiful, awesome, amazing Lego mechanical creations, and I saw him make this, and I was like, wait a minute, these guys stole that idea from him, but I had it the other way around. This is like a father-son team. They made this automated garbage truck. Look up a video on it. It's actually super cool the way that it works mechanically, and JK Brickworks, he did a video featuring it and promoting it, and I think that largely helped them get approved to the 10,000 follower mark. Unfortunately, it didn't make that big of a difference in the end results, but I think it's still a very cool model, and I mean, I think they should offer the instructions. I know they can't because of Lego ideas or whatever, but it would be cool to build this on your own just because it is very cool. But if you're giving me Lego trash trucks, then I want a set of Lego Trash Truck from the Netflix show Trash Truck, which my kids, who I guess are my friends in some way, they're like family is built-in friends. My kids love this show called Trash Truck, and I looked and there is a Lego idea set based on the Netflix show Trash Truck, which is like there's a trash truck that's friends with a kid. There's some talking animals and stuff. It's actually a pretty good show. My kids like it a lot. Go support this Lego Ideas. It's only got 126 supporters right now, but if we try hard enough, we can get a Lego Ideas set based on Trash Truck. Continuing down the line, there is TX Master Games, which is like it's like a game based on like Taekwondo and like blocking and attacking, and there's dice and stuff. I tried to read the description and I didn't really understand it, but like I think somewhere there is a market for like games that are Lego sets that you can play games out of. I don't think this is the one for us, but I think somewhere there will be a game like that besides just like Lego chess sets that are getting made and have been made in the past. There's some potential there. This set is not it. Next is the Milwaukee Art Museum, which looks cool for what it is, but I think its appeal is only probably as wide as, I don't know, the greater Milwaukee area. And that's another problem with Lego Ideas submissions, is that a set may get approved and may be popular, but a Lego set has to have worldwide general appeal, and either that usually means like being attached to a very large IP like Star Wars or Marvel, or just like people have to like it, or it has to be like a general enough idea that just the world will like it. And so something like this, a very regionally based set, is going to be hard to sell to someone in, I don't know, New Zealand or something. Why do they care about an art museum from Milwaukee, regardless of how nice it actually looks? The Car Wash by Brick is a nice looking creation. I don't know if this is in the scale of a modular building. I think it does something really cool here. It's not just a car wash. It's like, look at that, a car wash and a music store and a vehicle and minifigures and everything. And Lego said, nope, you can't have that. That could be because they have something in the works that looks just like that. They could have thought, I don't know, this won't have mass appeal. Whatever reason, they didn't think it was worth making it an official set, which is kind of a shame. Also, we've got Wallace and Gromit, and I was just in a Twitch stream the other day, and we were talking about new ideas, submissions, and someone had asked, hey, is Wallace and Gromit popular in America? And I was like, nah, not really. Like, I know who Wallace and Gromit are. I've seen plenty of their cartoons and content. I like them, but would I buy a Lego set based on Wallace and Gromit? Probably not, honestly. But still, this is like, you can appreciate the ingenuity and like the set for what it is and how cool it is. But like the number of pieces in a set that's based on an IP like Wallace and Gromit, like, am I going to pay like $150, $200 for like a 2,000 piece Wallace and Gromit set? And the answer is probably not. So I think that's another problem with the Lego ideas. The whole idea of ideas is that people will make a big, cool, elaborate set, which they would love to have. And then it's like, Lego can't produce like a 10,000 piece version of the Nautilus from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, because not everyone would buy that. I would buy that 100%. Day one, I would buy several copies of a 10,000 piece Nautilus from 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. That's a different video, but I'm saying people scale their idea sets up way too largely, and that obviously makes it very difficult for Lego to make that into an official set without like really taking your idea and really scaling it down, and then that kind of makes it not your idea anymore. And at that point, they might as well just make something loosely based on the Wallace and Gromit IP if they were going to have to go out and get that approval anyway, you know what I'm saying? Also, Among Us is a popular game, but by the time Lego makes an Among Us set, it will not be a popular game anymore. And yet, we're still going to keep approving these ideas, sets based on it. I don't even know what is this, the spaceship level or something? I didn't play very much of that game. The Roman warship looks very cool. Lego does not really make vehicles based on war. I don't know if that's like, if there's like a statute of limitations, and that's like, I don't know, well, this was a war that was more than 500 years ago, so technically we could make vehicles based on that war. Either way, they didn't approve this. They're also not going to approve the Viking warship, which is in like the next round of ideas. The Addams Family is a nice looking set, cool looking minifigures, a great idea. I think it would be popular by a lot of people. I think Lego already kind of makes their own haunted houses, and so again, they're like, nope, you don't need this. We don't need to go through the trouble of getting the IP rights to make this when we can just make a haunted house that looks close enough to this without having to get, I don't know, a Cousin It as a minifigure. Was that the dude's name? I think so. Also, we could get a GMC Blue Chip 100, which I don't know what that is, but the picture makes me think it is a truck of some sorts. Lego makes cool Speed Champions vehicles. This is like a much larger, this would be like a creator expert size vehicle, but again, that's kind of a niche market, right? You have to like trucks, you have to like big trucks, you have to be a fan of vintage trucks, and then be willing to pay, I don't know, how many pieces would this probably be? Probably 1,500 to 2,000 pieces. Am I paying $150 for a truck? I'm not. Someone might, but that's not going to be made into an official set. And then, of course, we have the Viking Village. Again, this falls into that same category of like people making sets based on castles and stuff, and Lego's not really making castles based on your ideas. If they want to make castle stuff, they're just going to make them based on their own ideas. So as cool as this looks, and as like, this looks like a decent scale for an idea set. It doesn't look too bold or too crazy or too big, and yet Lego's like, nope, if we want to bring back the Vikings line, we'll do it ourselves. And that is all of the 25 new sets, 24 of which were not approved in this round of Lego ideas. So I hope you enjoyed looking through those with me, because I had fun looking at a lot of those for what was honestly the first time for me. The exciting thing is, if you thought that the 25 projects qualifying in this round was a lot to go through, you should see the 57 Yeah, 57 projects that got approved for the first round of 2021 Lego sets. I would love to look through all of these. It will be a longer video. I will probably do that at some point. The set list have been out for a long time. You can check that out. Just Google, I don't know, Lego Ideas first 2021 results. There are so many cool sets in here, and most of them are going to get disproved as official Lego sets, if not all of them, but there are definitely some in here that I would love to see become official Lego sets. Those are not including The Office as an Office set, or The Office. There are 2 different Office sets included in this same round. So we will talk about those most likely in another video. I think this one's gone on for long enough, wouldn't you say? But that was my impressions of the 25 Lego Ideas sets that did not become Lego sets, besides the Lighthouse. So I am going to go call my mother and tell her how excited she can be for a new Lego Lighthouse. There's nothing ladies like more than being told how they should feel about things. So I'm going to tell my mother how she should feel about this new Lego Lighthouse. Maybe I will buy it for her as a gift, and she will go, "Josh, stop sending me Lego. That's your thing. That's not my thing. I don't have the dexterity in my old age to even do that." That's not true. She's not that old. That's not true. She is pretty old, but I don't know if she would enjoy a Lego set. Has this gone on for too long? The only one way to find out, that's to keep it going for a little longer. Honestly, you should have seen the number of jars of seashells in and around our house. I don't know if we collected the seashells. Like when we went to the beach, we did live in Florida. We were near enough to the beach, but like there's a chance that my mother bought seashells from someone else and then put them in jars to decorate our house. And that's the only weird. It's just weird if it's like you could have gotten these for free. Like this is like putting jars of dirt around your house, but like buying the dirt from someone else, and that's a bad example. Dirt's not decorative or nice looking. Remember when I said that the only way to get past this joke, if we could call it that, was to just lean into it even further? I think that's done worse for the joke than could have done better. Hey, look at this new Lego set. There's a lighthouse that's illuminated and motorized. And I can't actually click on it, but hey, wouldn't that be cool as an official Lego set? Remember what I was saying about some of the flaws about the Lego Ideas, just the program in general? Like, this is another lighthouse and it's motorized and illuminated, and yet we already got one of those that are coming down the line. So like, this one is guaranteed to not be created. It's a weird system. There's the whole, I don't know, there's even more layers to the system. Hey, look at this, cool. You can make like a GIF of your ideas submission right there on the homepage. That's pretty cool. Okay, I've been Josh. This has been Josh Builds Stuff, talking for longer than he should. I'll see you next time. Oh, be sure to like, subscribe, and if you enjoyed this video, share it with your friends. I'll see you next time.